Have you ever wondered why, no matter how much you try to change or grow and change your lifestyle, change your behaviors, change your habits, change your mindset, no matter how much you try to change, nothing is changing in your life? You don't see the fruits of your labor. You don't see results. You don't see progress. Well, maybe it's not even you. Maybe it's your environment. Have you ever thought, wow, how much of an influence your environment has on your life? Because you cannot grow in a place where growth is not conducive, where everything is against you. Think of a plant. If no matter how strong the seed is, if it's planted in bad soil, if there's no water, there's no sunlight, it's not going to grow. It's just not going to grow. The same applies with us. The environment you're in can really shape your life. It can make or break you. Maybe you have tried so much to cultivate good habits, to stay disciplined, to be focused, but nothing is changing. I know this very well. I have a lot of experience when it comes to this. I'm the type of person who's very aware. I'm very aware of patterns. And it took me some time, after lots of trial and error, to notice that being in my hometown is not conducive to my growth. Every time I am in my hometown for an extended period of time, my life remains on a standstill. Everything becomes stagnant. But every time I move to a different city or a different country, wow, I see a lot of progress. I see a lot of growth. I see a lot of goals. I see a lot of my goals coming to fruition. If you're constantly surrounded by dysfunction or toxic people or chaos, how do you expect to grow in such an environment? Because we often blame ourselves. We say, I need more willpower. I need more discipline. I need more focus. Well, no matter how much focus you put into your work or your projects or your studies or whatever it is you're working on, you're not going to see progress if your environment is against you, if it's against your growth or your progress. Because there are a number of things that shape our lives. It's not only the people around us, but it's also our environment. So being aware and analyzing your life, try to figure out the patterns of your life. What if you could remove yourself from your environment for a little while and see what happens? What might happen if you removed yourself from your environment for about 3 months as a test? You know, our brains are constantly taking cues from our surroundings. For example, have you noticed that if your room, or let's just say your kitchen, if your kitchen is cluttered and messy, that triggers a lot of stress. It triggers a lot of anxiety. Or if your house is a mess, it triggers a lot of anxiety. It might even lead to depression. If your surroundings are cluttered, nothing good can come of that. It affects your mental health. Maybe changing your environment for you is not about changing locations. Maybe for you, it's decluttering your space, making room for new things in your life. Because if you are constantly surrounded by chaos and clutter, how do you expect new things to happen in your life? How do you expect growth and achievements, or whatever it is you want, dreams to be manifested, you have not made space for the kind of life you want. Sometimes we are so used to the dysfunction that we don't even realize that we are surviving in survival mode. You feel drained after being surrounded by certain people. You feel guilty for wanting something different. Your space is overwhelming you, and it's cluttered. Those are signals. Maybe it's a signal for you to change your environment and see what happens. You know, I once had a problem of not being able to focus while I was living in my hometown. I was not able to focus no matter how hard I tried. Every time I made a plan or started a new project, I was not able to focus. It's like something was attacking my mental space. Something was attacking my concentration. But I soon realized that my environment is not conducive to my growth. I'm surrounded by energy vampires. I'm surrounded by chaos. I'm surrounded by people who are constantly wanting a piece of me, wanting this and that. So I removed myself. I moved to another city. And right now, life is peaceful. Life is so peaceful. You know, peace that surpasses all understanding. It's a peace that I cannot even describe. You know, when you change your environment, even just a little. Well, let's talk about someone who cannot change their environment physically. Changing your environment could look like cleaning your space, decluttering, throwing away things that you don't need anymore, or removing things that have no value or meaning or purpose in your life. It could also look like cleaning your digital space, curating your feed on social media so that your algorithm shows you things that will help you with your growth, things that will fuel your mind, not things that are meaningless or things that are toxic. Changing your environment could mean a lot of different things. Basically, it's about decluttering and removing yourself. It changes your mindset. It steers your habits and your mood. You will find yourself having much better focus, much better energy after changing your environment. Changing your environment is not an escape. It's not escaping. It's not running away from your problems. It's about choosing to stop planting yourself in places that don't allow you to bloom. Sometimes the boldest thing to do is to just leave, like I did. Sometimes the wisest thing to do is to rearrange your space, rearrange your furniture, throw away things that you don't need anymore. And sometimes the most healing thing you can do is just open a window. Try not to overthink this thing of changing your environment. Changing your environment could mean different things to different people. If you can afford to move to a different area, then do that. If life doesn't allow you to move at this point in time, then rearrange your space, declutter, change the look of your space or your house or whatever. You see, change cannot be forced. You just need to create space for change to happen. It's not something you force. Does your space reflect who you are becoming? Does it reflect the kind of life that you are trying to live? It's not only about the people around you, it's also about your space, your environment. All of these things come together to shape your life. Maybe someone out there needs to know that you are allowed to outgrow places. You are allowed to seek more nourishing soil. And you'd be amazed at how much you bloom from then onwards. The power to change your environment lies with you. It doesn't require superhuman efforts. It's just small intentions about your physical space, your digital space, your social interactions. It's just small steps, intentional steps to changing your environment. Can have a ripple effect on everything in your life. Changing your environment will allow you to see life from a different perspective. It will widen your view of the world. It will make you more open-minded, more aware. If you're on your own journey to creating a space that supports your growth, I'm happy for you, and I want you to know that you are doing the right thing. You're on the right track. We're growing together here. We are growing together on this infinite carousel. Sometimes you got to stop blaming people, blaming everything around you. Instead of blaming people, try noticing how are you allowing these things to affect your life, whether it's people, circumstances, your surroundings. Try to notice patterns and find out, how can I make a change? How can I remove myself from all of this chaos? What will happen if I relocated? What will happen if I threw this away and created space in my environment? It's just a bold move that you need to make. One bold move that could change your life forever. If this message spoke to you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Keep riding this infinite carousel with me.